Do you smell that? That is the smell of fall. It is on its way, and we are 2 months away from opening day of whitetail season, and that means it's food plot time. Welcome to Will Hunt.
Oh Satan, please leave me alone. I'm going to see Jesus in my heavenly home. I'm walking this highway, dark road may be, far in the distance, I see eternity. Oh Satan, please leave me alone. I'm going to see Jesus in my heavenly home. Oh Satan, please leave me alone. I'm going to see Jesus in my heavenly home.
We have arrived on location. It is that time of the year. Deer season is just 2 months away, and we've got a lot of work to do today. But before we get to that work, we want to tell you a little bit about what Will Hunt is about. What this show, this channel is going to be about. It's obviously going to be about hunting, having fun in the outdoors. We're going to get kids involved, and we're going to hunt whatever we can, whenever we can, from small game to big game, elk, predators. We're going to do some trapping stuff here when the time is right, and we're just going to have fun with it. And we know y'all are going to enjoy our channel. Steve out there, Steve right back there, I don't know about him though. He's kind of our goofball. He's going to be kind of our comedic relief, if you will. But no, you're right. But we're going to have fun. So, as I was saying, we've arrived on scene here on the food plot. This is a plot I've had for probably 10 years or so. Last week we put in Chad's food plot, and we all hunt our food plots and set them up a little bit differently according to the terrain. Now here in the county that I do most of my hunting in, it's very open, patch woods. You know, a lot of the sections that I hunt are maybe 10-20 acres at best of woods. In fact, some of them are only 3 acres. But I like to put in food plots where I can. And it's hard for me on the other farms that I have to put in food plots because we are flat land. Farmers farm right up to the edges. It is what it is. They got to do their job and make a living. But I happen to have permission on this particular piece to put a food plot in this bottom ground. So that's what we're going to do. Now last week when we were on Chad's food plot, he's got a little bit different setup. He was able to, or is able to, put his food plots up right next to the bedding areas, real close to bedding areas. So he is going to be able to hang stands and put up blinds pretty much right on the plots and hunt over the plots. Now, yes, I will have stands and a ground blind in this plot, but I typically don't actually hunt over the plot because the main bedding area on this piece is 400 yards away. So that being said, I try to catch them going to and coming from the food source. So right out the gate, obviously we're doing some work. We got some work to do. We'll talk about what we're putting in and why later, but we're going to start with a hunt from a couple years ago that kind of shows the way I hunt my food plots. That I'm not sitting on them. I'm trying to catch deer coming to and going from them. So hope you enjoy this hunt. We got to get to work. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Oh, top of the morning, what a difference a couple of hours can make. Just about 12 hours ago, it was still 70 degrees. It's 47 right now, and that's the warmest it's going to be all day. Winds have switched from the south to a northerly direction. It's been in the 60s and 70s the last 4 or 5 days, and the cold front finally came through. We should be in for a good morning. Gonna head to the coffin corner stand. Haven't sat there all year long. It's a deadly set, and there is a reason it is called the coffin corner. So we're gonna try to sneak in there and see what's going on. Should be in for a good morning. Got a short drive to the farm here. Finish getting dressed, spray down, and head to the tree. just starting to brighten the sky. I think we have our first customer of the morning. Yeah, it's a little buck just coming up off my food plot. I think I'm gonna grunt at him just to see how he reacts. Yeah, here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, here we go. First deer of the morning. Nice little encounter with a little 2-year-old. I call him One-Eyed Willie. He's got his left eye poked out. Just popped out of where my food plot is. Started heading the other way. Just wanted to see how he would react to the grunt call, and he liked it. Little guy liked it. Yesterday it was 70 degrees and we got about 2 inches of rain. The creeks are swollen severely, so that's going to change the pattern quite a bit of these deer. I'm in here looking for Funky Winkerbeam. He's a buck that I hunted twice on my grandma's farm early season. He shifted just like he did last year and moved 4 miles away over to here, and I've been getting tons of pictures of him. I've got partially cut popcorn in front of me and then some organic field corn off to the west here, so I know there's going to be deer in it. There's probably going to be bucks in and out looking for does. I'm excited. First week of November. Finally got some cooler weather hanging around for this week. It's a little colder than Mr. Weatherman said. So I'm going to bundle up a little bit more. I think we got our second buck of the morning. Yep. Coming right down the strip. Looks like another 2-year-old. third little buck of the morning. He's a year and a half old. He's the youngest buck of the morning. And there's another deer coming right there. A bigger deer. Oh, yeah, that's a stud. That's a stud. That's a stud. He's a stud. It's coming right down the pipe. I think it's funky Winkerbeam. There he comes. Just keep coming, big dog. That's a slammer there, boys and girls. Just needs to keep coming. Yeah, but it's definitely funky. sometimes when you're down and out or working on stuff like this, you got to improvise a little bit. Had some mice that thought they were awful crafty get into my cedar here. So I just discovered this the other day, so I'm doing what I can to seal her up. I'm not going to pay another $40 at this point in life to grab another cedar when a little bit of duct tape can go a long ways. But anyways, hope you've enjoyed the hunt for Funky Winkerbeam so far. As you can see, he's coming right down the pipe to me. And though he didn't come off that food plot that morning, he had been all over that food plot that year and the year before, all over this food plot. So what are we planting in this food plot today? Well, as you saw when we first started, I had clover on the one side, and as I mentioned, this filter strip has clover all over in it, so I'm just kind of beating myself at my own game. I'm going to mix it up a little bit this year. Half of it I'm going to put in alfalfa. I like to give these deer a smorgasbord of goodies when they're feeding. So half it's going to get in alfalfa. That is going to be a perennial. Should be here year after year for quite a few years to come, as long as I take care of it and keep it mowed and chopped accordingly. The other half I'm going to put into sugar beets. That's going to be more of a late season plot. I will have a little bit of mix of some more radishes and triticale and chicory and whatnot. So that'll be good for late season. They'll eat the tops off the radishes and the turnips early on as well. But if I still need to, late season, I'll have a good food source for them. And food plots this year are probably going to be, they're going to be really important. I mean, there's no doubt about it. This spring, just like everywhere throughout the Midwest, we had a massive amount of water. So there are a lot of fallow fields around. There's a soybean field right here to the north of us, but on the other side, that should have been soybeans, there's nothing in it. There's going to be nothing in it. And there's another field over in the bedding area, nothing in that field either. So I think the food plots are going to be fire this year, earlier and more often than normal. So we're getting them in the ground, getting them planted. I think I've just about got this seed bag ready to go. At least I'll nurse it along for today. It'll do fine. But anyways, we'll get back to the hunt here. Funky Winkerbeam is coming right down the tube, right where I need him to. We'll see how this ends. We'll be back in just a little bit. Meh. Go down. Is Funky Winkerbeam. Unbelievable. That is the one buck that I have pictures of on this farm that I would take first morning in the coffin corner set. And lo and behold, here he comes. Came right down the cut corn just like a couple of the other bucks did. He is the fourth buck I saw this morning, so they are cruising. But I think I just got it done. I hit that shoulder. Definitely didn't get a lot of penetration, but I think it was just enough. when he jumped into that standing corn. There's a lot of trauma on that right-hand side. I think we're gonna have to give him some time. I think I punched through just enough and just laid a great deer down. Got to love it, man. Gotta love it. Just climbing out of the tree here. Sun's popped out a little bit. I called my buddy Hans to grab the buggy, and we're going to devise a little plan. You know, I watched the tape there in the tree, or the video in the tree. It looks like a shoulder hit, but there was a lot of blood when he ducked into that corn. So we're going to go to point of impact, see if we can track a little blood, see what it looks like, and then we're going to glass these cut rows of corn. See if by chance he's laying in them. If not, we've got the perfect wind to put on a stalk or try to put on a stalk. So he's hit, looks like he's hit pretty hard, but hopefully this trail confirms that. We're about 30 yards from the point of impact, and I'm liking the sign. I mean, we know he was bleeding right before he jumped in the corn, but he's bleeding already. Got a little bit of bubbles in some of this blood, so I do like the sign. However, I still feel as if that was a shoulder hit. Maybe I got enough penetration to get the front side and lung, but I think the smart thing to do with this wind blowing in the direction that it is to back up and glass down these cut rows of the popcorn. May get lucky and he may be laying in it when he tried to get to cover, which is the little thicket beside me here. But I think the smart thing to do is back up and glass down the rows, and if he's not laying in one, we'll come back and start tracking the blood and put on a little stalk. But good sign so far, I guess. Thank you, Lord. Dude, right there he is. Just how we had hoped. He's laying in the part that's cut. Let's go take a look. Oh, yeah. Funky Winkerbeam. What a big deer. And what mass. I did not know this deer had this much mass. I knew he was heavy, but holy smokes, he has got character beyond belief. This is a deer that last year I had pictures of him all summer on my grandparents' farm. Mid-October, he moved ship. He set his sails and came in on this farm 4 miles away as the crow flies. This year, same thing. In fact, I hunted him the night that he showed up on this particular piece. He is a hoss of a deer. I mean, he's got some mass. He's got kickers up here. He's got a little point there. He's got like a turkey foot right here. What an incredible deer. What a great hunt. The weather has been just crazy here the last 5 days. Yesterday it was 70 degrees. We had 2 inches of rain come through in front of this cold front. 50 degrees today, wind switch out of the north. Got in the old coffin corner stand and it paid off. What an awesome animal.
I'm walking this highway, dark road may be far in the distance, I see eternity.
And that is a wrap on food plot 1 of 3 for the day. We're going to load up, head over to Steve's place and put his food plot in. We hope you've enjoyed this premiere episode of Will Hunt. Hope you enjoyed the hunt for Funky Winkerbeam. We'll be back next week with another episode, and that's probably what we're going to do for the first couple months or so, is show you some hunts from the past where we've experienced successes, probably some failures in there as well. And we're going to share tips as we go along throughout the season on what we're doing, why we're doing it, so on and so forth. But, you know, hunting is, not every hunt is successful. We all know that, and it wouldn't be quite as fun if it was. But it is always, successful or not, it is always good for the mind, the body, and the soul. So hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and all that good jazz. We're going to put a link down in the description that should lead you to our website, and where you can get some swag, find out a little bit more about those of us that are involved with Will Hunt. And we're going to wrap this thing up, get on to Steve's food plot, and we'll talk to you later. Appreciate you watching.